My name is Robert Bob Miller. I'm 64 years old. And for years, I woke up afraid to move. Not because of fear. Not because of age. Because of pain. If you've never had gout, it's hard to explain. It's not just a sore foot. It feels like your joint is on fire. Like tiny shards of glass are grinding inside your toe. Even the weight of a bedsheet can feel unbearable. There were mornings I would open my eyes before sunrise and just lie there. Completely still. Thinking. Planning. Preparing myself for the first step out of bed. Because that first step determined everything. Would today be manageable? Or would today be another battle? I didn't always live like this. I used to walk every morning. I enjoyed simple things, grilling on weekends, having a cold beer, not thinking twice about what was on my plate. Then the attacks started. At first, I ignored them. I told myself it was just getting older. Maybe I overdid it. Maybe I needed better shoes. But the flare-ups became more frequent. More intense. The swelling. The redness. The heat. Eventually, I wasn't planning my day around work or family. I was planning my day around pain. What many people don't realize is that gout isn't random. It's not bad luck. It's not just aging. It's uric acid. When uric acid builds up in the blood, it forms sharp crystals in the joints. Those crystals trigger inflammation. And inflammation triggers agony. I didn't understand that at first. I just knew that something had to change. One night, sitting alone in my kitchen, I looked at the food on my counter. Red meat. Processed snacks. Beer in the fridge. I had eaten this way for decades. It was normal. It was comfortable. But comfort was costing me my mobility. And maybe my future. That was the turning point. Not a dramatic one. No fireworks. No sudden miracle. Just a quiet realization. If I didn't take responsibility for what I was putting into my body, nothing else would change. So I started small. I didn't overhaul everything overnight. I replaced one meal. Then another. More water. Less alcohol. Leafy greens. Oatmeal. Cherries. Less red meat. Fewer processed foods. Simple changes. Boring changes. But consistent changes. The first week, nothing felt different. The second week, I noticed fewer sharp spikes of pain. By the end of the first month, something surprising happened. I woke up one morning, and I stood up without bracing myself. No hesitation. No mental countdown. Just movement. That might sound small to you. But to me, it felt like freedom. Now let me be clear. This wasn't magic. And I'm not telling you this as medical advice. I'm telling you what worked for me. Hydration became non-negotiable. I drank water throughout the day, not just when I felt thirsty. I paid attention to portions. I reduced foods that are known to increase uric acid, especially heavy red meats and excessive alcohol. I focused on consistency over perfection. There were days I slipped. Days I felt frustrated. Days when progress seemed slow. But I stopped chasing quick fixes. I stopped hoping for a pill to solve what my habits created. Instead, I built discipline. Morning walks became part of my routine again, slowly at first. Short distances. No pressure. Movement improved circulation. Circulation helped reduce stiffness. Reduced stiffness gave me confidence. Confidence made me consistent. And consistency changed everything. Another thing I learned. Stress matters. When I was constantly stressed, I ate worse. Slept worse. Moved less. So I simplified. Earlier bedtimes. Less late-night snacking. More time outside. Sunlight. Fresh air. Quiet mornings. None of these are glamorous. None of these will trend on social media. But they work. Not overnight. Not in a week. But over time. Today, at 64, I don't wake up dreading that first step anymore. I still pay attention to my body. I still respect the condition. But I'm no longer controlled by it. If you're over 50 and dealing with gout, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not powerless. Your daily habits matter more than you think. What you drink. What you eat. How you move. How you sleep. Small decisions compound. One glass of water instead of one beer. One walk instead of 1 hour on the couch. One balanced meal instead of one heavy indulgence. Over months, those decisions add up. And here's something important, this isn't about perfection. It's about direction. If your direction improves, your health follows. There is no single miracle food. There is no secret hack. There is discipline. There is awareness. There is patience. And patience is hard in a world that promises instant results. But your joints don't heal instantly. Your metabolism doesn't reset instantly. Your habits didn't form overnight, and they won't disappear overnight either. The real transformation is quiet. It happens in kitchens. In early morning walks. In grocery store decisions no one sees. In saying no when no one is watching. If I could go back and tell my younger self one thing, it would be this. Take inflammation seriously. Because inflammation ignored becomes limitation. And limitation slowly becomes loss. Loss of movement. Loss of freedom. Loss of confidence. I was fortunate. I caught it before it took more from me. Maybe you're watching this because you're in pain right now. Maybe you're watching this because you're afraid of what's coming. Or maybe you just want to age stronger. Wherever you are, start small. Drink more water today. Walk 5 minutes longer tomorrow. Replace one inflammatory meal this week. Track how you feel. Not just physically, mentally. Because when pain decreases, hope increases. And hope fuels discipline. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to tell you that at 64 years old, I thought my best physical days were behind me. I was wrong. Not because I became extraordinary. But because I became consistent. If you take anything from my story, let it be this. Your plate can hurt you. Or your plate can help you. Your habits can trap you. Or your habits can free you. The choice is rarely dramatic. It's daily. And daily choices shape decades. I don't know how many years I have left. But I know this. I want to walk into them, not limp into them. And that difference began the moment I decided to change what I put on my plate. If you're ready, start today. Not perfectly. Just intentionally. Because the first pain-free step in the morning, it's worth everything.